everyone. Welcome back to Legacy Politics. We just hit 69 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Very, very good job to everyone. Let's try to get to 80 by maybe the end of next week or the next week following after that. But let's try to get to 100 by Election Day. That is my goal, 100 by Election Day on my channel. So that's our main goal. We're going to keep climbing up, and let's try to get to 100 by Election Day. Also, follow my Twitter account. My Twitter account followings have been trickling up here at 685 now. If I have 685 followers on Twitter, hopefully I can get some of those to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also on Instagram at Legacy Politics 98 following there. So just a little lower than Twitter, but we're trying to get them up. It's fun, it's a building process. So today is a big day, but first I want to talk about President Trump selecting Amy Coney Barrett to fill Ginsburg's seat on the Supreme Court. I really, really am excited about this selection. I will talk about it maybe in a future video, but I wanted to put that on there that I am not just blowing over that. That is a very, very key and important position, because even in this 2020 election, if Donald Trump, if it had to go to the Supreme Court in some crazy situation, this is a big pickup. And I think that the Washington Post and the New York Times and Los Angeles Times, they all were trying to find dirt on Justice Barrett, but they couldn't find any because there is none. And this is really an amazing woman, and it's a great choice that President Trump has selected Mrs. Justice Barrett. Also, I want to look at the new, or rather, the updated demographic swingometer. One of the best things in 2016. I think I posted it on Instagram and Twitter, and I was like, man, it is back. And this is what it is now. If the current polls are spot on, and they have it 307 to 231, they have Joe Biden winning Florida by around 1%. And they have him up just by less than a point in Michigan, less than a point in Wisconsin, 3 points in Minnesota, and around 1.5 in Pennsylvania. They do have Trump leading in Arizona. But this is with the black vote at 92% to 8%. So Donald Trump just needs to flip this 4% the other way to 12%, and Donald Trump would win the White House 276 to 262. I personally think, and this poll came out that was really an accurate poll, it had Donald Trump winning the popular vote by 216%, and if that happened, this is a said and done election, and I don't even think Minnesota and Wisconsin would be even going to Biden in that scenario. This is just what the swingometer says, but this is a very helpful tool. You can find this on Cook Political Report. Very helpful tool to kind of swing whichever side you want. It'd be great if it was like this, but it isn't. So yeah, that was cool. I really like this. We'll play around with this in future election predictions and future videos. But right now, today is September 29th, and everybody knows what September 29th is. It is the first presidential debate of the election cycle. The first presidential debate, Trump versus Biden, round one. Really, really one of the most highly anticipated debates probably in the history of U.S. politics. I have never seen a debate that is as spar on as this. This is going to be the most anticipated debate ever. It is going to be crazy. I don't even know what's going to happen. I sent out to my Instagram some polls, and to my Twitter as well. I factored in my Twitter. I'd sent out some polls to see what y'all kind of thought would happen. One of the polls, I said who would win the debate. Around 89% said that Donald Trump would win the debate. I also asked, would you be watching the debate? And every single person said yes, except for just a couple. Just 9 people said no, and 691 people said yes. Now, the thing that we will be talking about, and I sent out for questions, it's on, will President Trump underestimate Joe Biden? We'll talk about that in a minute. I also asked which candidate will win. Which candidate will the media say will win the debate? And most people said Joe Biden would win the debate. The media would declare Joe Biden as the winner of the debate. And then I also asked, should Jo Jorgensen, the Libertarian candidate for president, should she be debating? And over 80% said that she shouldn't. So we're going to jump into these questions. We're going to go over some questions in the 2020 race for office. So let's jump into them right now. All right, so let's jump into the questions really quickly. Not really quickly. We're gonna spend a few minutes on this, but so the first question I got was, who is my favorite president? And I have that. I really liked Ronald Reagan. I liked Abraham Lincoln. But since I'm alive in 2016 and I'm the biggest supporter of President Trump, I really like President Trump. I think he's done a great job in this country, and that's why my favorite president as of now is President Donald Trump. Now, let's shift focus into these debates. It's one of the biggest days probably in U.S. politics to today, that we are going to see President Trump debate Joe Biden. A lot of speculation on would even Joe Biden even show up to the debates. Would he maybe call in sick, say he had COVID or something? But that's not happening. As of now, it's not happening. President Trump will be debating Joe Biden tonight at 8 p.m. So this is going to be your 2020 presidential debate preview. So let's get into some of these questions. The first question is, what are the keys to Donald Trump's victory in the debate? I think there's three separate keys. I think the first is that Donald Trump needs to make sure he stays on point with the questions. I rewatched all three other debates that he debated with Hillary Clinton. There were some points in the questions where he would answer the question in maybe one sentence and then say, well, actually, So, and he wouldn't really answer the question, but he would give a logical answer for something else he wanted to prove. So one key to victory tonight for Donald Trump is answer the question just like Chris Wallace asks him. Just answer the question. A second key to victory is attack Joe Biden. I mean, every chance Donald Trump gets, he should be attacking Joe Biden because the American people need to see that Joe Biden cannot run this country. And I think Donald Trump understands that. And I think Donald Trump will do that. And I think that is a key to victory. A lot of people say that President Trump shouldn't do that. He shouldn't go after Biden. And I completely disagree. I think that he does need to go after Joe Biden every instance he gets. If Joe Biden starts fumbling over his words, maybe President Trump can be like, oh, come on, Joe, spit it out. Spit it out. I think that would be a very, very much an advantage. And it would really strengthen his base, not only his base, but people who are undecided, seeing who is really the stronger candidate on the stage tonight. Is it a person who can't even complete a sentence, or is it a person who's giving sound, logical answers? So that is another key to victory. But the third key to the victory is act presidential. Act presidential. Sure, while he still needs to be attacking Joe Biden every chance he gets, he needs to act like the leader of the country. He needs to act like the commander-in-chief. He doesn't need to get up there and whine for 2 hours or whatever, however you want to describe it. He needs to act presidential, act like a leader, and be strong in his opinions that he did handle the coronavirus correctly. He has brought millions of jobs. He has helped the black community. He needs to be very, very energetic about all the policies he's done, because if he does that, then that will strengthen other people to believe in him. Now, if he comes out there and starts just repeating 1 point, and doesn't go over all the stuff he's done, then that's where it's like, well, I kind of agree with Joe, So those are the the three keys to Donald Trump's victory. 3 keys for a Biden victory. I think that Joe Biden, as long as he doesn't stumble, that's a key to a victory. Because as we saw in the Democratic National Convention, people thought that Joe Biden's speech was like the best speech ever. And Joe Biden didn't even, and it was because the bar was so low for Joe Biden that we thought that him just giving a speech without any slumbers was a big deal. So that's why I think that because President Trump has been saying that, he's been saying that, I want Joe Biden to take a drug test. There's no way he's going to debate. He even told Chris Wallace one time, like, Joe Biden would cry to his mom if he had to go do an interview like he was doing with Chris Wallace. And that's setting the bar low for Joe Biden. And that's why Joe Biden really just has to get through the night without any slumbers. Can he do that? I don't know. But if he does do that, that's a key to victory. A second key to victory is he has to have a good response to Hunter Biden. Donald Trump will bring up Hunter Biden. There isn't a question about it. It may not even be a part of the debate, but he has to Joe Biden has to have a good response to Hunter Biden. And if he doesn't, that's going to be a very, very key argument that President Trump is going to win tonight. The third key for victory for Joe Biden is to really, really hammer Donald Trump's handling of the coronavirus. Whether or not you think that Donald Trump handled the coronavirus correctly or not, Joe Biden doesn't think so. And that really is his strongest point against the president. That's his strongest, really anybody's strongest point, that why should Donald Trump shouldn't be in office is because Donald Trump's handling the coronavirus. Personally, in my opinion, he handled it as best as he could. But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and all these other Democrats don't think so. So when that 15-minute segment of the coronavirus comes on, if you see Joe Biden start just hammering the president, that is a good sign if you're wanting Joe Biden to win the debate. Okay, so the next question was, will Chris Wallace be fair in the debate? I think he will. I think that Chris Wallace isn't the best person to be a moderator for a presidential debate, but I think he's better than a lot of other people that they could have gotten. I mean, Lester Holt in the first presidential debate was the horrible commentator. He would interrupt Trump all the time and just let Hillary Clinton talk for as long as she could. And President Trump would be trying to say something, then Lester Holt would interrupt him and say something just completely ridiculous. I don't think that Chris Wallace will do that. Chris Wallace will try to appear to the timestamps or whatever, but I don't think he's going to be constantly interrupting Trump. I do think, however, he will give the president harder questions than he will the former vice president. I do think that is a possibility, and if that does happen, then it wouldn't be fair. But I think that Donald Trump, you know, he's on these news conferences all the time, so I don't think it's really going to be that big of a factor. People saying that it's going to be a big factor, I don't really think it's going to be that big of a factor. Chris Wallace, I think he's the best person we could have if we had to get, if we had to choose between Chris Wallace and a lot of other people. I would choose Chris Wallace. Is he the best? No, but we'll deal with him. The next question was, will Biden bring up taxes? Will Biden bring up the tax release that the New York Times said? I think he might. Yeah, he probably will. He will bring up the taxes. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. It wasn't a big issue in 2016 when Hillary Clinton slammed Donald Trump on it in the debate. And Donald Trump just responded with saying, well, okay, I'll release my tax returns if you release all your emails. And I'm sure that President Trump could use the same line here where he says, I'll release the full extent of my tax returns if you tell me what's going on with Hunter Biden. I mean, he could do that. I don't know. I don't really personally think that the tax return thing is a big issue in this election cycle. It was a big issue in 2016, a bigger issue than it was in 2020. And Donald Trump still won the election. So I don't see it that big of an issue. I think that if they go off on that tangent, then it's just going to be wasted time. And we need to see a real issues, not whether or not Donald Trump paid taxes. It's an issue, but it isn't an issue to me that should be deciding your president or not. Will Biden bring it up? Probably so, though. The next question, will Biden and his campaign have any tricks up their sleeves? I don't know. I mean, I think that Joe Biden is wanting to debate Donald Trump. I think that he's wanting to prove to the American people that he can debate Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton debated Donald Trump really well in 2016, and Donald Trump still won all three. And Joe Biden is in no way close to as good as a debater as Hillary Clinton was. Will Joe Biden and his campaign have any tricks up their sleeves? I think that Joe Biden will bring up some stuff that may not have been brought up before, and I think that there was a report today that President Trump will basically force the campaign to prove that Joe Biden didn't have an earpiece in or anything like that. So, you know, you could see stuff like that, but I really think that Joe Biden is trying to be as good of an example as he can be. So I don't think it's going to personally happen, but it could. It really could. But I don't personally think they're going to have any tricks up their sleeves because they bring up something that really hasn't been brought up before. Oh, yeah, sure. But when you say, like, tricks up their sleeves, I don't think it's going to be anything like he'll have an earpiece in his ear or anything like that. Now, moving on to the next question, what do you think of Biden asking for a break every 30 minutes? I think that Donald Trump should completely disregard this. I think it should be completely, not even a question that Donald Trump should refuse this, and he did refuse it. So Joe Biden actually asked this morning if he could break every 30 minutes, if they could have a small break every 30 minutes. Donald Trump should not agree to this. We should not have any break in the presidential debate. Joe Biden should be able to get up there for 90 minutes and have a solid debate. If he can't do that, he does not need to be president of the United States. If President Trump can debate for 90 minutes, he should be president of the United States. If somebody can't debate for 90 minutes, you should not be president of the United States. I'm sorry. President Trump did refuse this, and I think it's really, really interesting that Joe Biden actually asked for that. Joe Biden asked for a break every 30 minutes of a 90-minute debate. You need to be, if you're a president, you have to be able to talk for 90 minutes. I'm sorry. It's 90 minutes, and it's whether or not the American people should vote for you. And if you're saying that you can't do that, you don't need to be running for president. Now to the more controversial issue on my polls on Instagram. Will President Trump underestimate Joe Biden? I don't think he will. I personally don't think Donald Trump will underestimate Joe Biden. The reason I say that is because there was a video, or in one of his campaign rallies, Donald Trump said that he's been doing it for 47 years, Joe Biden, and he's been a great debater. Donald Trump has only debated once in an election cycle. Joe Biden has debated quite a few times. So we can definitely give the experience level of debating to Joe Biden. And I think Donald Trump understands that. And that's why I don't think that Donald Trump will underestimate Joe Biden. And I also don't think that President Trump will just walk all over Joe Biden in this debate. If that happens, that'll just be embarrassing, but I don't think it will. I don't think that Chris Wallace will allow that to happen. How will the media portray the debates? I really think that the media will just go crazy about Joe Biden saying that was the most presidential debate you could ever have. I think they'll do that, and I don't think there's any doubt in my mind they'll do that. So just don't trust any polling after these debates. Don't trust anything after these debates. I'll watch the debate. I'll be live tweeting at Legacy Politics on Twitter, and I will be keeping you updated on my Instagram account as well at Legacy Politics. That's why I don't think the media will give Donald Trump any budging in this. There could be a few people on Fox News that give it a few budging, but Fox News is going left, and it's getting embarrassing. The media will portray the debates that Joe Biden just completely destroys Donald Trump, which will not happen. No candidate tonight will completely destroy the other, but it's going to be great. It's going to be a great debate. We've been looking forward to this a long time. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is the most anticipated debate of all time, in my opinion. It was a really anticipated debate in 2016, but this one is one of the most anticipated debates in all of U.S. politics. So that just about wraps it up. Thank you for watching this video, this presidential debate preview. I will be doing a reaction to the presidential debate tomorrow, so you're going to have 2 videos this week. So just a reaction, just my quick reactions. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be live tweeting the debate. Follow me on Instagram. I'll be live keeping you posted on Instagram, just my thoughts and some of the quotes that I think stand out. And just follow that. Please subscribe. Please comment down below on what you think the debates will go like. Subscribe, follow my Twitter, and follow my Instagram. So thank you so much. Enjoy the debate tonight. It's going to be great. We're really looking forward to it. Legacy Politics signing out.